Apex Legends Season 27 just dropped, and I was wrong about a couple of things in my patch notes review, but I'm also very, very right a few things. More right than I would have thought when it comes to some of these Legend pick rates really skyrocketing. So stay tuned. We're going to talk about that in this shorter video where we examine the 3 things and a couple of bonus features of what you want to focus on heading into this new season with Season 27 after playing it earlier on today. The first thing I want to talk about is jumping into your old meta right when you get into the game. The last meta that we saw weapons-wise had a lot of Peacekeepers and had a lot of 30-30 repeaters. It had some G7 scouts. So basically marksman weapons plus a shotgun. And you're going to actually continue to want to do that. When I was jumping into my games today, I actually had a few players who were dominating the way you traditionally see them dominate. A Pathfinder, grappling in, choking up that Peacekeeper, firing back and forth between cover, getting out of dodge, coming back in, and just jumping in and exploding his enemies. Now, the one thing that was different was he didn't seem as strong. Last season, he would have been dominant, and this season he was good, but he could still get exploited, and that's because the choke time that they've addressed in this patch has made a significant difference. You could tell right away visually, you could feel it when you're playing it, and you could feel it when you're playing against it. The other thing is that they've taken the damage down, which is also noticeable. I don't know if that means it's going to be harder to hit or if that was a previous hot fix, but it looked like some of those shots weren't connecting the way that they normally would, or at least that player thought they would. And then the other thing that's really important is that goes from 6 to 5 in the clip, and that is a big deal. When you talk about losing a little bit of your efficacy, 15% or so of how much ammo you have, you notice it because your rhythm is off. But here's what I suggest. The tip for the first part of this video is just keep playing that PK. If you're used to it, one of the best ways to get into a brand new meta is to just allow yourself to play the old meta and then get comfortable with what else is beating you and what's losing to you still. That'll give you an awareness of, hey, PK is actually not nerfed enough. Let's keep playing it because it's just as good. Because you already know how to do it. You already know the rhythms, the way it works with the characters, the lobbies, the fights. And then you'll see if you keep losing with your PK and the way that you're normally playing, what is outperforming it. And that's probably going to be these new weapons that we talk about a little bit as well. So that's tip number 1. I think jump back into the meta the way you were used to playing it and get a reference point and then join up. For those who have played the Peacekeeper, what are your thoughts on that in Apex Legends? I think the nerfs hit the weapon pretty well. The next thing I need to talk about is the alternator. I'm not just going to talk, I'm going to show you guys what that looks like in game here as well. So the alternator, I have it in my firing range. There are a couple of things that synergistically promote this being an incredible weapon right now. And one of the main things is that 2 elements of this weapon have basically been introduced or received a buff. I'm talking about, of course, the gold, Lifeline interrupted me. I'm talking about, of course, the gold sight that you're going to see, the gold laser sight that you'll see is on this alternator now, and I'll show it to you where it is right here. This gold laser sight that's been introduced and actually means continuous firing, tightens your hip fire spread. This was something LMGs used to have, and now it is on the alternator. So the more that you fire, the more your spread will actually tighten. So if you notice, it'll get wider and then it will actually get less wide. It will actually get even tighter. You guys probably noticed it on that one, huh? Let's see if we can get you. It's hard to tell. Doing it against the wall makes it a little bit clearer here. But it'll get a little bit tighter, and that means that you going up and using hip fire is going to be really important. Now, what you've seen there isn't the normal alternator. That's how the alternator looks. By the way, are you guys watching that? You seeing how clean and easy from a hip fire perspective that looks? I gotta say, guys, that is pretty impressive when it comes to it. But the thing I wanted to talk about was it got that gold laser sight, but it also got the double tap. This is brand new, probably the first time you'll see it. I know the sound might be a little loud, so what I'm going to do for me and for maybe the audio of this video, we're just going to take this down to like 17% because there's no reason for it to be super loud. But let's showcase it to you here. Just fighting somebody, this is kind of the pace. That's fast. That is a very fast hit. And also, let me show you hip fire as well. I mean, you're going to basically be taking a lot of fights with the gold laser sight, firing continuously with that double tap. And even if you miss a little bit, you're most likely going to be able to finish off somebody pretty well in those 1v1s. Now, these strafing bots can sometimes be difficult, but a lot of times, if you hit a few seconds of it, not even your entire clip, you'll be effective. It does fall off at range. You're not going to be able to use this from very far, but I think the SMGs being a close range kind of weapon that is going to be prioritized is something that Apex is certainly actually put into motion. And so I think the alternator, from what I've seen, is going to be not just as good, but maybe a little bit better than I would have thought with the double tap, because it gets that gold laser sight buff, and that goes synergistically in terms of improving the way you would play this alternator as an SMG. The reverse hip fire, it's going to be very nice. So I think the alternator goes even up, guys, and grabbing that double tap, you don't need to do anything. It's just after you do 375 damage. So pick up an alternator. I think that's going to be the second tip for this season. That does ring true from our patch notes. Another side bonus note is the car was looking pretty good. I didn't get a chance to actually play it or see it played. The player that I was actually fighting and that ended up winning the game had a car and they had an alternator. So the verdict's still out on that one, but I'm pretty sure that one's just going to be pretty OP. The next one that might surprise you, and this one really surprised me, was Valkyrie. Now, I knew Valkyrie was going to be good. We knew the changes were going to happen. We knew Valkyrie was going to be an effective character. And I thought that players might, kind of enjoy spending time with this character. It's more than I thought. I checked his Wattson stream earlier on Twitch today. He's probably still grinding. In fact, that guy, according to Waltzy, is like comms ranked better and more than anybody else. He's like, he's mental. We're never going to be like his Wattson. Yes, this is true. Let me go show you a little bit of my screen here, guys. Let's see if I can get display capture open. Right now, I'm looking at his Wattson, and he's already grinding so close. Diamond 2 trying to get to Predator, but his team, you see that guy right there, Keon? He is playing Valkyrie. You go to Imperial House stream as well right now. What you're going to notice, and you were noticing earlier, I guess they changed it up a little bit, is that Falcons and Guild were also running Valkyrie. What I think you're going to find over the course of this season is that there's a lot of players. Let's see what Timmy's running. Let's see what his squad is running. Timmy's just hanging out, doing his thing. All right, we appreciate you, Timmy. We love you, Timmy, but I'm not going to stare at your face for this video. There's other times for that. What you're going to see is these pro players adopting Valkyrie earlier than I thought. Sometimes Rampart gets a buff, you don't see her. Sometimes, you'll see Gibby get a buff, no one will do anything with it. Cossack, yeah. But Valkyrie has clearly been picked up. And I thought, well, will this relate to the casual audience? Well, will it? All of a sudden, guys, Valkyrie, from not getting the pick rate that they want in Horizon, being one of the lower pick rates, sees a 582% increase in pick rate in Horizon, and Valkyrie sees an 842% pick rate increase. Let me just compare that to Revenant, who goes down by 14%. Wraith, who goes down by 1.5%. Ashe, who goes down by 27%. Pathfinder, who goes down by 21%. Lifeline goes down by 20%. Maggie goes down by 36%. But guys, 589%, 869.9%. This is what I wanted to talk to you guys about. This is what I believe was going to be the biggest thing for this video, is that Valkyrie and Horizon are on. These buffs are a big deal. Everyone is playing them. And my experience with Valkyrie was one that justified this pick rate. Her movement, we knew she was getting an upgrade to the boosters, but when you pick her up, it's a whole different game, guys. It's like having a peanut butter sandwich versus a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Like, you're fine. It's like, all right, I'm hungry, I'll eat it. It's a little thick though. And that jelly just adds that base, it adds that compliment to the base that makes it, oh, such a perfect timeless classic. It's just like they've done that little thing that makes the way a jetpack character is supposed to feel. And that's where Valkyrie is right now. I don't know if they're going to nerf it, but what I would suggest is you jumping in. It feels like the time they added Ashe and those double dashes, she's here to stay, and Valkyrie's changes are phenomenal. Horizon also looked like a big threat. Didn't get a chance to play Horizon the way I played Valkyrie yet, but I would imagine that both of these characters are going to jump to the forefront of the meta. And not only that, from every quality of life change to the jetpack, to the quickness and the access to being able to use your missile swarm while landing, while using your ultimate even faster, while your missile swarm being even more effective, giving you the scan afterwards. Valkyrie jumping out the gate when she just touches her booster on her jetpack, she literally like flies forward. It's so fast. You can cover so much ground. This is a character that people are going to say, wow, that is fun. I believe she will be ultimately the #1 play character this season. Horizon is going to be a close competition, but I think Valkyrie will end up there. And those are some major things. I don't know what that leaves Ashe. I don't know where that leaves the meta, but overall, those are some of the big things to pay attention to heading into this patch. Olympus is also changed, but I haven't had my time on that map the way that I would want. So I want you guys to let me know your thoughts. After playing today, how do you feel Olympus is? Do you think it's competitive enough? Do you think that the rank changes have got you excited about ranked? How is the extra KP added for not only kills to players above you, but also just earning those kills and placing higher in the placements overall, and gaining hopefully some extra RP from participating more in taking down the rest of the lobby. I want to know your thoughts below in the comment section. It's been a shorter video for me, but if you enjoyed this, leave a like, subscribe, and if you're grabbing things like the Battle Pass, make sure to use code RAINDAY. You can help support the channel at the EA store when you're checking out, or even if you're grabbing Battlefield, anything, like you can grab it, anything EA, you can use code RAINDAY there. All right, guys, that's it for me. As always, never give up, never stop gaming. I will see you all next time.